Welcome to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Today is July 1st.
Woo!
2018. I got the date right this time. 2018. And we are having Ronus on today as our special guest.
Yay!
And I am here today with my wonderful, beautiful, delightful co-host, Vanilla Swirls.
Hello, everyone.
And y'all can't see this, but I'm flapping my arms around.
Very Venom Whitish, but on speed.
Yeah, and no letters to turn. Anyway, so while we're waiting for Ronus, who lost his Skype, to call in and download it and all that stuff, we got an extra special treat. I was just wowed by this. We're not going to play Freak Magnet for you because we just have one mail call today. But this just came in, and I want to share it with everyone. Of course, you know, it's not for me, but someone out there may want to pick up on this because the offer is so spectacular. So spectacular. It's hard to turn down.
Don't leave them hanging.
What?
Don't leave them hanging.
Okay, but we will think of a response and respond and then let you know what they have to say after. But go ahead, why don't you read this beauty to them?
And after I read this beauty, if you think of a response that you think is appropriate, send it on into slavenationradio@gmail.com or just type it on into the channel and maybe you will be the lucky one that gets the response.
Oh, yes.
No prize given. Just the joy of a good time.
But we do have a prize contest happening.
Yes, we do.
Take it away.
We're running a 3-month summer contest. It's one entry per person per show. To enter, you just listen to our show. Send us email to slavenationradio@gmail.com. Tell us something that you liked about the show and you're entered to win. Our YouTube listeners are also included. So if you've listened to a past broadcast, tell us what broadcast it was, what you liked about the show, and you are entered to win our fabulous fun-filled box of summertime sex toy goodies and Play-Doh.
We're sticking that Play-Doh in. But, okay, before we go on to Play-Doh, or not Play-Doh, the mail. Okay, we were listening, for those of you that would tune in, we were listening to the song about leather.
Black leather.
Black leather. Black leather, what does it do? It turns you on or something.
I don't know. I got confused on that song.
Okay. Well, okay, we're going to go ahead and read the mail call. We're going to play that song again, and then we're going to come back and discuss it because there was some debate going on.
This is true.
And then we'll answer this lovely email.
So, this is from Happy Lezzie, just like it sounds, HappyLezzie. And this came in at 3:44 p.m. this day.
Yes!
Oh, by the time I'm finished with you would beg to suck cock, pussy, or anything else. I offer you, have fun.
I'm drooling. I'm salivating. I need a pip. I need one of those suckers they have at the dentist office.
No.
Just some. Oh.
How do you always get all these tasty offers and nobody even emails me?
I'm not sure. I'm a freak magnet. Calling all the freaks.
I did get one today, but it was boring.
Okay, well.
It just said you can be my sub on Skype.
Wow.
I know, isn't that exciting? But it was from some lady.
It is. And I had a couple more. I'm not even sure where they're at, but I had a couple more. Maybe I'll find them when we come back and we discuss we give her a response. Oh, I know. It was. Okay, I'm going to cuss everyone. Ah! And say a bad word. Are you ready for it?
Drop it like it's hot.
Okay, I'm going to drop it like it's hot, but I wish they'd clean up the language when they send these things to me. They know we're reading them on air. They have to know. Some of them I tell them. Anyway, this is from Sissy Taboo Slut. Sissy Taboo Slut. And he says, and I'm not sure where he gets the idea. I could teach him this stuff. But he asked me, could you please teach me to be a cock-loving, cum-hungry slut?
You did say a bad word.
I did.
And how come you know this cum guzzling slut and I just found out about it? All this time I thought, I don't like things in my face, I'll put things in my face to please my master, you know, it's not a priority, but
hey,
you know, I'll do it.
Did you hear me quack? Did you hear me quack on mic check?
Yeah.
Quack.
Yeah, stop quacking, you're embarrassing yourself. But now, people are sending you unsolicited emails.
Yes.
So that you can teach them to be a cock-sucking, cum-guzzling slut.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. And why, I'm not sure.
Maybe you just have that look about you. Do you have your lips pursed in your picture?
No, I never
duck lips.
I always have what you call the resting.
Bitch-faced.
Exactly.
You never smile.
I have one up there with, I have a couple up with the smiles. Everyone's always going on about the smile.
You have such a beautiful smile.
Okay, but when you smile in your photos, it kind of crinkles your face. Exactly. You can't see us, but we're squishing our faces together. Which hopefully soon you'll be able to see us. We were supposed to work on there's a live feed you can do on YouTube. We're working on that, but of course it's on our list of things to do. But we're going to go, while we're waiting for Ronus, we're going to play this song because Crazy over here overheard something and heard it wrong. And we're going to explain that when we get back. And how it makes perfect sense what she heard. Either way, the song works. It's, and we'll be back because it's great. And it's called, Black Leather.
Not black glitter.
Yeah, it could be black glitter, but just listen to the song, you'll love it, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
My soul.
Welcome back to Slave Nation on the beaten path where black leather possesses our soul. And Miss Swirls over there heard black glitter possesses our soul, and she says that makes no sense. It makes a lot of sense.
No, it does not.
How does black leather possessing your soul make sense, but the glitter does not?
I didn't say either one made sense.
Okay, do you think black leather possessing your soul makes sense?
It makes more sense than black glitter, but I'm not a glitter whore like you are.
Okay.
You are a total glitter whore.
Okay, but I love sparkly things. I love things that sparkle and just...
Yes, I know. You leave your trail of pixie dust all through the house.
I do. You know, I have it. I actually have glitter on the top of my roof of my car.
Oh, I believe it.
From when, like, I did big hair that was glittered, and it's...
Is it stuck there?
Yeah, it's really pretty. So I'm waiting for Ronus still. Oh, and we never even thought of a comeback for our little friends. So what should we tell them? What shall we tell the lesbian?
Oh, by the time I'm finished with you, well, you would beg to suck cock, pussy, or anything else I offered you have fun. Okay, well, obviously she's offering you the fun.
Okay, we like
before
fun.
You've done any of the work. What exactly is she going to do to you? Because by the time she's finished with you, you're going to be some kind of nymphomaniac.
Okay, so should I ask her?
Yeah, ask her what kind of rigorous training course she's going to put you through. And ask her if you're going to need a doctor's note.
Okay, here we go. We're going to type this little gal up. Let's see.
Just ask her if you need a doctor's note for health reasons.
Okay, so what kind? Give me what kind
of rigorous training course?
Rigorous training course
are you going to put me through?
Put me through.
And am I going to need a doctor's note for health reasons?
I'm going to need a doctor's note for health reasons, question mark, send. Ta-da!
Now watch him not respond. And suck all the fun out of my life.
Oh! Why is it not coming up on... Oh, there we go.
Some of us don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hey! Hey, ladies!
Ronus!
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yay!
Nice.
Wonderful!
How are you today?
Wonderful! How are you all doing?
We're doing good. We did a little bit of mail call while we were waiting for you.
I heard.
Oh, nice. So,
let me add my 2 cents about leather.
okay.
Smells good. Is freaking hot to wear because you sweat like crazy. It doesn't breathe. That's why the bikers like it, because it keeps your body heat in.
Okay, but eventually if it doesn't breathe and makes you sweat, it's not going to smell so good.
You are absolutely correct.
So you can go with stinky
So
leather, possesses my soul.
If you're dancing in leather, when you pull that leather off, it's not going to be a very nice, pleasant smell.
That's why they have the assless chaps, to let some air in there, ventilation.
Oh my God.
And swirls, you're not going to wear anything else?
Maybe a tiara.
Or a butt plug.
Okay. Woo!
With a
Way to
tail.
volunteer me for the butt plug.
Woo!
And your hands were right next to your nose. I just nose-ghosted her and she lost.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so...
Okay, swirls. We're going to start this conversation where you left off last show. Girls squirting.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing.
I don't think it is a thing.
Yes, it is. I dated a young lady who, she had a couple of babies, and she was a squirter. And her doctor said that because her bladder, because of carrying babies, it settled to the bottom, and so she was going to have a little outpatient surgery to put it in a sling. And since she had her bladder in a sling, she didn't squirt no more.
Okay,
so, that was urine.
Well, I don't know, because when it happens, it doesn't smell like urine.
okay, where's it coming out of? Urethra?
No.
Or...
Or pee hole. Pee hole.
Well, then it's urine.
You do not... Yeah, you do not have ejaculatory muscles inside your vagina, but you do in your pee hole.
Well, I don't know what it is or where it comes from, but I don't like it.
And it's messy.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if she drank a couple of cups of coffee in the morning and she squirted, it smelled like coffee.
Good thing she didn't eat asparagus.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. And it'd be green.
Yeah. Green and frothy.
But if she ate pineapple, it smelled pretty good.
I'm always hearing...
But yes, it is mostly urine.
Is your phone next to your speakers or your computer?
Yes, but I got my earbuds in. Why?
Because we're getting some static and like feedbacky stuff from you, and that usually causes it.
Well, okay. Well,
It just needs to be a couple feet
Okay.
away from your computer.
and I live out in the boonies, and my cell phone reception is horrible.
I don't.
Is that
think-
better?
Yeah. Is that talk again?
Is that better?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Good. So, as far as the squirting goes, I am a proponent on its urine.
It's still a thing.
Really?
No matter what it's made of, it's a thing. She
What's
doesn't
that?
think you can physically squirt anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay, well, you're squirting urine.
Debbie,
just-
look on the porno. Yes, you're right.
Okay, so you're really just a pee-pee pants when you're... Well, not really a pee-pee pants because you don't have any pants
Yes.
on when you're having sex and squirting, but...
You're right, you're peeing.
You're just a bedwetter. She stuck her middle finger at me.
Pew pew.
Debbie, you're still number one. You're number one.
I guess I'll take it anywhere I can get it. Number one.
Also, swirls, have you ever had a vigorous G-spot rub?
Well, obviously not, or I'd remember it.
Because you will probably have one of them intense, earth-shattering, squirting orgasms that you would remember.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. And make it a big mess. So you have to be really, really careful where you have sex at.
Mm-hmm.
Or get a rubber sheet.
Mm.
Yeah, I just,
Okay.
travel around
Sometimes
with
at the
my
spur of the
rubber
moment, that's not always happening. Yep.
Okay, but you think about it. A rubber sheet can be very exciting if you oiled it down. You'd be sliding it everywhere.
Now, why are we making it into a
Yeah,
giant
well, you
slip
have
and
to or you
slide?
get chafed.
See, my idea's good. Ronus verified it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm
Say
afraid
that what?
I'm afraid she's going to give me the number one again.
So what? You're number one, Deb. So what? You can't be more than the number one.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so
Because next she does number two on you, we don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
We didn't know, not a topic. We do not discuss such things on Slave Nation.
Yes. Yes.
So, okay, so we covered that squirting.
And also, yes, and for anal lovemaking, squirting hard too.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the guy's got to be careful or he's going to get a lap full of squirt.
Mm-hmm. That's happened.
Okay, does he really care
Yep.
though? I mean,
No, it's not important. No,
Maybe
it
not at
washes
the
off.
time.
Yeah, it washes off.
yeah.
Now, you don't want to do it on like a carpet or on your bed, but you know.
In the bathtub.
Ew.
Maybe a rubber sheet should be part of our gift package.
Maybe, or a giant kiddie pool.
There you go.
Kiddie pools are hard to ship.
Not those inflatable kinds.
Ship, yes. True.
Okay, Ronus, we need some discounts on shipping.
I'm sorry, I pay the same as everybody else does.
You think they'd give you a little bit of break?
Why?
No, they don't. Well, I was told around 30, 40 years ago they gave us a 10% break, but then other people were like shipping everything for everybody else and collecting the money themselves, charging full price, and they kept the difference, so that shot that in the foot.
Oh, that's nice.
No, yeah, ruined it for everybody.
For those of us who don't know, what are you talking about?
I work for the Postal Service.
Oh, okay.
I'm a mailman.
Oh my goodness.
Fun.
Wait up a second.
What? Did she answer you?
Negative. She blocked me.
What?
Oh,
Who?
well, our mail call. Would you like to read it to Ronus?
Excuse me. It was, by the time I'm finished with you, well, you would beg to suck cock, pussy, or anything else I offered you have fun? And we replied, and now apparently we've been blocked.
Yes.
Okay, well, there are the few people that will do that for anything or anybody, but there's the rest of us who would only do that for your selective individual who's the priority in your life.
Well, we weren't going to do that for anybody. We were just doing one of our snarky replies.
Yeah, we asked her what kind of rigorous training course she was going to put her through, and would she need a doctor's note for health purposes. It's 10-inch suck job all over again.
Well, he didn't block me for the longest time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, now he wants nothing to do with me, and my heart is breaking. Because he was one of our best. We've had him on mail call for like 2 years now.
Yeah. And he knew he was on mail call. He just kept sending them in.
Yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What other topics did you have for us?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I really did not, was letting you go with it, but I did discuss with Swirls that we're going to talk about the squirting thing, and I had told her to inform you that you need to watch some videos, up close videos, to see where it's coming from on a girl.
He's talking porn, and I told him there's no way you're watching porn.
Yeah, I just don't get the whole porn thing.
Well, yeah, but this is educational. This is different. This is not to turn you on. This is to discover.
Okay, fair enough. But we've already discussed it. I was ruled out, so I'm saved from the porn.
It's pool. It's pee.
Yeah. Okay, so since you brought up the pee, what are your thoughts on golden showers and water sports?
It's okay. I mean, I have dated a couple of girls who have enjoyed that. It's okay. I don't want them to ingest it. I think that's gross. But if they want me to urinate on them, I will. And we do it in the bathtub or outside. And also, there is a symbolic thing about marking a girl with your urine like an animal does. I get that. I understand that. And it's strictly ceremonial.
Okay, I understand that part. I've heard that quite a bit. I have not been urinated on.
Don't nose goes me.
Well, Swirls, you might have... Swirls might have to squirt on you or something.
Negative! I already touched my nose.
I'm just going to sneak up on you tonight and pee on you. You're going to be laying there sleeping, and you're going to wake up, and I'll be squatting over you.
I'm going to have to make sure to wear face masks, because that's just going to crack me up. What are you doing, you weirdo?
Mm-hmm. But ladies, if you ever, and not that I watch a lot of pornos, but the girls drink a whole bunch of water, and then they have sex, and that's how they can squirt so much. So they'll drink a quart or two of water and then go have sex. That's how they squirt so much, and like they do.
Fair enough.
I don't know, because I don't drink a bunch of water beforehand. It's just something that naturally happens with my body.
Okay, but you are also an infrequent urinator, so you have a lot stored up.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
She's like a camel.
So, Swirls, you'll have to test that theory out. You'll have to test that theory out.
That I will.
Okay.
I'll put on my lab coat and get my clip.
Good.
We so need lab coats.
Wonderful. It's just a rain jacket, that's all it is.
Oh. Well, we wanted the white ones.
Yeah, like doctors. We want to be professional.
Oh, the white ones? Okay.
Or maybe we should have some black leather ones with glitter.
Oh, no, then you'll sweat and you'll stink.
Oh, okay. We don't want to.
Nobody wants to take questions or answer questions from the sweaty researcher.
Well, if we wear them in the winter, we might be okay. So, okay. Other questions I have for you. Let's see what we should. Okay, first of all, I want to say I am not responsible for this music today. I did not pick it out. Ronus did it. Blame him. Yell at him.
And Debbie, you will probably get so many compliments from this that you'll want me to do this a lot more.
Well, we always want you on as a guest. Your music, I'm going with not so much.
I don't think it's that
bad. Ow!
It's not my thing.
And I noticed I started out with a lot of Motown. That wasn't my intention, but I was in that groove. And Swirl says she was going to wear her heels today and shake her butt to the music. The only thing you guys were missing was a pole.
Oh. Well, I did use a pole. I went to my son's girlfriend's work.
Yeah, she rocked the pole.
Yeah, I got to play on stage. But I kept my clothes on.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Oh, now, Deb, how can you make any money if you keep your clothes on?
Oh, I couldn't make any money anyway because I guess some of the girls there didn't make any money and some guys were going to throw some money at me and the bouncer stopped them.
Oh.
Yeah, because he said it wasn't fair for the other girls that didn't make any money.
Sure. Can I tell you a funny story?
Yes.
It's been 10, 12 years ago. I was in between jobs doing some light construction, remodeling, that kind of stuff. Family had a rental house, and the family had just moved out of it, and they wanted me to kind of update it a little bit, and I did. And I was all done with it. It took me like 2 months, and the wife called me up, and she says, well, I got one more thing that we need to install. And I says, oh, really? What's that? She says, this couple wants a stripper pole in the living room. I says, okay, well, you order one and I'll put it up. And she says, no. She said, I wouldn't know what to get. She says, you order one and put it up. I says, okay. And so I ordered one, and sure enough, here it comes shipped in this big long box, and I went and installed it. Now, it was this lesbian couple. The girly one was a very beautiful young lady, and the guy kind of witchy kind of one was a biker, big, overweight, crew cut, lots of tattoos, like I said, very overweight. And I installed it in there, and they was like, no, we want it over here, no, we want it over there. It's like, okay, I'm only going to put this in one time, you tell me where you want it. And I had to crawl up in the attic and put reinforcements up, because, when you swing on a pole, that's a lot of weight, a lot of force. And so I was hoping to get a private show, but that didn't happen. But there was my stripper pole story. It was funny, but not for what I intended it for.
Now, which one of them did you want to see swing on the pole?
Now, what do you think, Swirls? I assure you, the biker chick wasn't going to do it, and not sure it would have held her, because she probably weighed over 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's a little hefty for a stripper pole.
Yeah, that's a lot hefty for a stripper pole.
But why put it in the living room? That's
where they wanted it. And, they really didn't have room in the bedroom. It's an older house. The bedrooms are fairly small. By the time they put a queen-size bed in there and a couple of pieces of furniture, there really wasn't room for anything else. But living room, couch and love seat and TV, and they're right in the middle. And they had a nice hard wooden floor, which I could easily attach it to. But I had to go up in the attic and put reinforcements in to attach it to the top. So I hope they enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm sure they got many years of good use out of it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see in your picture, and I know you have a huge piece of property going on there. We still need to have a party.
Well, it depends on what you call. What do you call huge? Yeah, there's big enough for a party.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a weekend camp out party.
Bring it on.
Okay, well maybe...
Awesome. That sounds awesome.
Well, we'll discuss it after the show and figure out,
Okay.
like, because it probably have to be, what, like a year out or so we could...
Well, this is June. If you did late summer, I could work with that.
I don't think I can make it this late summer.
Oh, no, Deb.
I know. I'm still recovering from crazy.
Well, Deb, that's a constant thing. You'll probably never fully recuperate.
Well, yeah, but this was a real bad crazy. This way, my normal crazy we'll be okay with.
And you can decorate my new laundry room.
Yes, I would love that. Oh my gosh, I have so many ideas. You need to send me pictures, and then I will.
I will.
Okay, send me full, but like ceiling, wall, floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. To give you just an idea, I did the ceilings and wall in Naughty Pine, tongue and groove, and the floor we did ceramic tile.
Mm-hmm.
So, and recessed lights, make it nice and bright.
Nice.
So see, squirrel can squirt all over the floor. It'd be easy to clean up.
Oh, see, there you go. Always thinking of me.
Yeah. Well,
I try.
I'm thinking we don't really want to bore our listeners with decorating tips and stuff, but I'm thinking since you got the Naughty Pine and everything, I'm thinking totally vintage, retro, antique-y
Wonderful
stuff for,
Yeah.
You get the idea. Okay, so we won't bore them with that, but although it's very exciting to me. So, yeah, I'm salivating again. I'm gonna get a bib.
Uh-oh.
She needs a bib.
It's true.
Now, is she salivating on the top end or the bottom end?
So far, just the top end.
That she can see.
Okay.
Just joking. Okay. I can't believe I said that on
Do
air.
you need to sit on a towel?
I'm good.
All right, just checking.
I am so good. Okay, so we're
Deb,
gonna...
let's play some good music.
Well, we have to go to my songs then.
Oh, so mean.
Ouch.
You know what?
Ouch.
I've had the music criticism for so long. I'm throwing some of it back.
Okay.
So we're gonna go.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ronus. You know I adore you.
Yeah, I feel that love.
You know that I do. Okay, so we have, I put them in the order that you sent them, and I didn't lose them this time.
Wonderful.
Remember last time I lost all your music? Yeah.
Well, you would hit a button and you said it would, like, skip 2 or 3 songs, and I think, what kind of button are you hitting here? Is it a vibrator button or what?
Negative. There were no vibrators that day, and you probably thought that because of all the stunt swirls and eyes do over the years. So, what we have started is we're going to go with 2 songs, and that will be about an 8-minute break, so everyone fill up your cups, get a drink, get comfortable, because we're just going to have a great time today. So we're starting with your Trooper, Raise a Little Hell, and Wild Cherry.
Yeah!
Play that funky music.
Woo!
Is there any
music, white boy?
Is there any particular reason you chose those?
Because they're good songs.
Okay, and that works for us.
And Swirl says she's going to get her heels on and dance for us.
We'll get going. I don't think she owns heels.
Right.
Do you own heels?
No, not
really.
Maybe she's going to dance on her heels. And that'll be that is like some sadistic thing a master would come up with. Dance on your heels.
Yeah, see how many times you can eat shit.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah, we're always helping all the dominants out with these fun, great ideas.
Truth.
Okay, so here we go, and we'll be back in about 8 minutes.
Awesome.
Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, and we're here with Ronus and Swirls. Having a grand old time.
Woohoo!
Okay, so...
Yes, we are.
Yes, and we have questions.
Awesome.
Okay, so you are a dom or a master?
I'm probably more of a dom.
Okay. We just want to clarify. So,
yes.
And to that, okay, now does that mean, okay, now we take it to mean, dom is more of a bedroom, more of weekends, more of a casual type thing. Playtime.
When in a relationship, it's all the time, but when I go to work, I am a professional at work. When she goes to work, she has to do what she has to do for work. When we come back home, or even when we're together in a social gathering,
yes,
we still have that respect and thing going on.
Okay, well, see, I would
now do I expect her to call me master, call me sir, and all that? No, I consider my name being respectful enough. It's not that I have to have that, talk down to or anything else. It's not my style.
Well, and, each relationship's different, but what you're describing to me is more of a master-slave relationship. You just work it into your way, because some people do. Both people have to work, and both people have to go out, and you do have family obligations and social obligations. But in the end, you're still in charge of everything, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then that would make you a master. Absolutely.
Yes, but except like her career. And that is something that we had I think you hinted about the other time, was taking care of your girl, slave.
Uh-huh.
We had talked about the financial part of it. I am all about make sure they have health care, make sure that they have money in case something happens to me, I fall down, break a leg, or worse, I have to go in the hospital for a long time. She can still have access and run everything.
Exactly.
Also, retirement, If something were to happen to me prematurely, I don't live long enough to reach our retirement, that she is well taken care of.
And that's it should be a responsible man, but you find that more dominant take more care to these things.
Right. You're right. I agree.
So, but what you're describing to me is a master, and I understand there's different degrees and different levels and stuff. But I mean, it would be a unresponsible master that interfered with his slave's career. I mean, now if he wants her to stay home and they both agree that she's going to be a stay-at-home slave, that's one thing. But if he says, yes, you can have your career, you can go to work, you can do things like that, then he needs to really step back and let her do what she needs to do to be successful. And the responsible master. Exactly.
And help her.
Because the responsible master pushes his slave to be the best she can be.
Absolutely.
So
now, sometimes you may go to work with a sore butt or something like that, but that's all part of it.
Yeah, threaten her with a good time. Because that sore butt all day, she's just thinking, oh, look at my master gave me a present.
Probably not quite in that mindset. Every time she sits down, it's like, damn, I want to get him.
Oh, which would just get her another butt beating. Okay, so we established you are a master, and you are an experienced one, we know. How long have you been in the lifestyle?
Ooh. I probably started around 30 years ago. Didn't really know it was a lifestyle. And then my first sub passed away. And then I married extreme vanilla, and I was married for 14 years miserably. And then the people who I have ever had a DS or MS relationship with have just not worked out. They either had dependency issues, or they had mental problems. And there was a couple times I tried to take a vanilla girl and try to incorporate her into this, and granted they liked the kinky sex and that kind of stuff, but it stopped there.
Got it. Now, with you, okay, because, you know, Swirls and I, we're both off our rockers. You know that. I mean, we're not just crazy, like crazy acting, fun and crazy. We're just off our rockers. Where is the line drawn for you with the mental illness? Like, I mean, if she's doing the upkeep and she's, you know, taking her meds, doing what she needs to do to stay mentally healthy, is that acceptable, or is it just you can't handle the nuts?
It is acceptable, but it has to be constantly maintained. In other words, they're seeing a counselor, psychiatrist, whatever needs to be done regularly, and they are up to date with their medications, because so many that I have run into, they think they're fine and they don't need their medications. Next thing you know, they're doing something stupid or illegal. So that's totally not acceptable.
Well, yes. Okay, but then, you know, sometimes the meds, they lose their potency or whatever, as long as they're keeping up with, like, I mean, and so there's a lapse there, because you can't help that when you have a med that backfires on you or something goes wrong.
That happens. Yes. When I was going through my separation and divorce, I needed help, and I was on a medication for about 18 months. My first one gave me severe headaches, and I thought, if this is a cure, I don't want it. So we tried something different, and it worked. But there's some out there. For example, I dated a bipolar girl, wonderful young lady, but she didn't think she thought she could handle it without her medication, and she couldn't. So, and I can't have something like that around my children.
Exactly.
Granted, my children, my youngest one just graduated high school, so I have a little bit of empty nest syndrome. He kind of only shows up when he needs something, and that's okay. That's kind of what I expected.
That's kids.
Yep, that's kids.
So, okay. So I was just wondering where you were on that, because, you know, there's, I mean, so many things that happen, and, you know, the medications do fail, and you have to try another one, and it can,
sure.
I mean, you could have to deal months with unstableness, but as long as they're trying,
I understand that.
As long as they're trying, you're good with it.
That's right.
Okay.
You're right. And some of them who have the mental problems, a lot of them need a focus, so the couple and the master should be their focus, and that helps.
Yes.
To some. To some.
Agreed. So, okay, we beat that one. Now you, at this point, are a single master.
Yes.
Yes. Are you actively looking for a slave?
Define actively. If it happens, yes. Do I go out looking for it? Probably not so much.
Okay, well, we're all online and stuff, and you browse the profiles and you talk to people, and someone catches your interest. Do you pursue it?
I at one time did, and I kept track. One time, I sent out 15 messages over about a 3-month period. I received one back.
Oh wow!
So are they players, or are they so bombarded that they can't answer? I understand that happens. So that tells me that that's probably not the best avenue for me. And as far as a good avenue for me, I really don't have that. I mean, we go on FetLife. Again, I've sent out some messages, never a response.
Well, I think now that's, you know, I have my own thoughts on this. I know, like, a lot of women out there, they don't respond. You know, they take a look at a picture, because everyone's not to, you know, even though you're a good-looking guy, to the next gal, you're just not her type. You see what I mean? And
Sure.
like, there may be the most beautiful woman there, and every guy's after her, but you may look at her and go, oh, not for me. You know, we just have our types. We do.
Sure.
You know, what we find is
Sure.
everything.
Oh, I agree.
So,
I
but
agree.
I think a lot of them just
But-
won't give the time of day or even a decent response. And I do have a policy. I mean, unless it's really, really vulgar. But even now, well, since my show, I will answer all emails and, you know, give a little bit of a kick or whatever.
Mhm.
But if someone emails me with a polite email or whatever, I always respond, whether it's I'm sorry, I'm not
Yes.
interested, or you know I'm you know talking to someone right now, but I'm more than happy to talk to you and be your friend. I try, because all these people are still human and have emotions and feelings and everything, and they deserve
Yes.
they deserve at least acknowledgement until they
A human response. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
until they've proven that
Right.
they're just a jerk. And then
Right.
you can be done with them. But I think I try,
Yes.
and I know I've missed some emails because, well, I'm not bombarded, but I do receive a fair amount, and I do like to answer every single one because they took the time to write me, and as long as they're and even if they're over the top, I'm sorry, I don't have time, or I'm sorry, I'm not interested, or something. Thank you for writing me.
Yes.
But I don't think we mesh.
Mm-hmm.
And I
This month in June, and we was talking about this, and you was talking about this on an earlier show.
Mhm.
I have probably gotten 15 messages. 19 of them were like from transgenders, cross-dressers, and that kind of stuff. And I had looked at my own profile, and I thought, where in there do they get that I'm interested in a man? I don't get that. You know, and so I respond back, nowhere in my profile says I'm bi or gay, but good luck on your search. You know, I don't get that.
Well, and see, and that's the right thing to do. I mean, you weren't rude, but you were acknowledging them. Thank you for looking, and good luck with your search. And see, I have it clearly. I was getting. I'm not bi or lesbian either, but I've been getting quite a few from lesbians and bisexuals. And you know, I'm happy to talk to them and interact, but I'm not interested in a relationship. But I changed my profile, and they're still coming in. I changed it to I am not bi, I'm not lesbian. You know, I don't care if you are. You know, all the happiness to you. I wish you luck on finding it, but that's not me.
Yes.
Still flooding in. Well, not flooding, but one here or there. Yeah.
Swirls flood you. This is different.
What was that?
Swirls flood you. This is just something different.
Yeah, I have my umbrella hat ready.
Well, make sure you keep the liquids away from her. That's my cue.
You would think. Okay, so but if the
watch what she drinks.
If the right slave came along, you would be interested.
Very much so.
Okay, so gals, you heard it.
And
Go ahead.
I am not relocatable. I have my little place in the country that I've loved very much. It takes a lot of work to keep it up, and right now I'm doing it all by myself. It would be great to have a lady help me.
Oh, that'd be nice. Now, when you say when you say you want this lady to relocate, would you expect her to get a job, or would it be open to her staying home, helping you tend to the property?
I would like to have her to have another job.
Okay. Part-time, full-time, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And I have an extra vehicle.
Well, that brings up to me the whole chicken versus egg. Who's responsible for relocating? Okay. Who pays for it? Who organizes it? If you were to meet a nice lady...
Well, let's say you, for example. You says, okay, we talk, we meet, we like each other, etc., etc. You're in Oregon. That's a 2-day drive for me. It would not be practical for me to drive my truck and trailer there and haul your stuff. I'm not sure it all fits. So together, we would work with a moving company to get that stuff here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Is your phone next to your computer again?
No, I'm outside.
Oh, okay. That could be it, because you're a little gurgly.
He's just wandering everywhere.
Because I have a poor reception out here.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Nice.
And I'm playing with my hairy pussy, in case you're wondering.
That's his kitty cat.
I figured that out.
Yes, that's my kitty cat.
Yes.
And it's trying to bite me.
Okay, so I guess our another question would be, okay, because you have empty nest syndrome.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a slave whose children are also grown, or would it matter if she had a couple kids?
I can accommodate a couple of kids, but I want to make sure that we are fortunate here. We have a really good school system. Mm-hmm. It has been ranked very top in the state of Missouri for a long, long time. And I am lucky for that. I am very fortunate to live in this area. But at the same time, they need to look at that and see if this is for them. Take what the talents your children has and weigh that, see if it's opportunistic for them here. Because first, us as parents is later.
Yes. Okay. Now, I also know you're Catholic and very involved in your church, correct?
Yes. Yep, correct.
Is it important for you to find another Catholic slave? Does their religion play? I mean, if they're a Baptist, Mormon, does that matter to you?
No, I probably would not be wanting an atheist or something like that, because my faith is very important to me, and an atheist has no faith. So that probably would not be something I would look for. Do I shove my religion down your throat? Absolutely not. You're welcome to go to church with me, but I do not require it.
Well, one of the benefits of going to church at a Catholic church, and I say this all the time, and don't get upset, but it's like a church and a gym all in one. This is true.
A gym?
Yeah, because you guys go up and down and up and down and up and down.
You get your exercise, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And if you're Catholic, you get a cookie and a sip of wine at the end.
Ooh.
Wow. Whoa.
Workout and then a little mini buffet.
Yeah. We'd be going, we'd be jumping from pew to pew to pew to pew.
We need more cookies.
We need more wine. So, okay, well these are all. Okay, we're going to go to another break and listen to some more of Ronus's fabulous funky music. And now we have Stevie Wonder's Superstition and Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On, and we'll be back in about 9 minutes.
Woo!
Okay.
Awesome!
Yes. There we go. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, and we're here with Ronus. And
Hi, everybody.
And we were just discussing during the commercial that you're a very social person and you like to take your gal out.
Yes, that's all part of the fun.
Yes. Which brings up
a nice dinner and dancing and having fun. That's part of the bonding too.
Oh yes, absolutely. And who doesn't like date night?
Right.
So, now with that, when you go out, you can't really impose your kink or your special relationship on a lot of people because you're yes. around family and friends that don't understand and many different people. So there's often, and I had this in my relationship with my old master, you have your rules already set in place and discrete signals.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit?
When you're in a public setting, especially in a big room with a lot of people, it's loud. There could be other music going on, and like guys get in one part, talk to guys, girls get in their other stuff, and they talk to each other. How can you have communication between you without everybody knowing it or making a noise or a big commotion sound or movement?
Or yelling at your
There is a look. Yeah. Hey you! Yeah. But there is a look, and typically I will tell you, you got the hard look, like what the hell are you doing? Or the like, look, let's get together and kind of sneak out of here, or like that. My children and we always had this plan because, and this I'm sorry to say, we have a crazy world out there. If something stupid and crazy happens, we have to have. Now I have 2 children. We have to have, and I call it a triangle between us. Now, of course, kids are teenagers, and their attention span's about a few seconds. Now, my daughter was much better than this than my son, but I says, come back and check on me periodically. I'm not saying you have to, stay with me, but just check on me. And vice versa. I'm going to come and check on you when we're in, like, a big, as I'm a Catholic, a big wedding where we're going to be all day and all evening. Mm-hmm. Check up on you, make sure you're okay. Anything stupid happens, come to me. And I would expect that from my girl. Periodically check on me because I'm going to check on you. Not that that's good or bad. That's just a way of not only protection, but keeping that bond going.
Yes.
And how many times have you ladies been in a group of ladies and the conversation's like, you're bored, you don't like it, you don't want to be there. So that's your excuse to go with your master and hang with him to do something a little bigger, a little better.
Good idea.
Absolutely. So now, do you have rules for your gal when you're out in public?
First of all, attire. There's conservative. There's your everyday casual attire. They're sexy and they're slutty. And usually when you're in a public attire like this, it's either casual or formal, conservative. So, it's not to draw attention to you because a woman in love has that being and she brings attention to her anyways. That's just, I've seen that, and you just can't help but it radiates from her. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't need to be drawn out. And I've seen masters, she has to wear my dog collar. You don't need that in public. A bracelet, an anklet, a ring, something private or something that if you want your girl to know that she's yours, it's something subtle.
Yes. Yes. Well, too, but then, you have people like me that are a little, I've been told I'm a little gaudy and flashy, which it's true. So I don't mind, I wouldn't mind a heavy collar because I would put on an outfit where it would look like it was part of the outfit. Does that make sense to you?
Explain that. No, explain that. Explain that, please.
Okay, so like if I'm going out and well, now I wouldn't, of course, in a nice restaurant do this, but let's say we're going out for the evening and we don't know. Okay, we're going just to a regular restaurant and then maybe dancing or a club or after. So putting on that collar, I mean, I'm not talking like a BDSM club, a regular club. Putting on that collar, I would throw on, maybe take it to a more gothic looking look, a little more punkier looking look, something like that where it blends with the outfit.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, but again, it depends on the setting.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't wear that outfit to a wedding.
Yes.
Because I'm
there's a few weddings that I've probably been to that probably would have been okay.
Well, I'm still very traditional. You don't wear white to a wedding. I mean, maybe like a white accent, like your daughter's wedding. I wore the pink skirt with a white shirt. Mm-hmm. But I would not go in a white dress. And I would not go in a black dress. Because it's just inappropriate. It's not a funeral. It's not my wedding. So.
Yes.
But you're right about the discreet something, a little something there to know you're owned.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My very first sub, and again, this was 30 years ago. There was no internet. There was no computer in everybody's home. We didn't know what we was doing. We just had a good time. We went to a wedding it was a distant relative of hers. Okay? She was an H-cup girl. Big bra. And either the blouses back went on your neck or you show cleavage. Now, granted, she had a lot of cleavage. So, it took a long time to find something that was in between that was still considered conservative. And thank goodness we did that because you don't want to bring attention to yourself at places like that. That's not the point of that.
Yeah.
And the point is to celebrate a wedding. Now, when we went out on a night in the town, she could have cleavage way down there, and it was awesome. It was fun. And she enjoyed that.
I'm sure you did, too.
Absolutely.
Now, what about, now I know, I'm going to give an example, so you can have my example and let me know if you had any similar rules like this. Like, when I would go out with my old master, I mean, I had a lot of rules, like, he didn't want me to speak to anyone that wasn't, let's say, a salesperson I needed to speak to, a waiter or something to that effect, or anyone that was out with us. That was the people I was allowed to speak with for the evening. Now, like if a stranger came up and struck up a conversation with me, I was not allowed to talk to them. I also had to,
Yeah, go ahead, Deb. I want to hear this.
I also had I had to get permission before I went to the restroom. So, one of our things was, like we're talking about discreet things is,
yes.
I would just say, where is the restroom? Because, in front of his friends, he doesn't want to look like the creep that's like, really, your gal can't even go to the bathroom without asking you?
Yes.
So we had things like that, and he would often pick my meals and stuff. So, one of our things was, instead of him saying, get that, and of course he looks like this creep that won't even let me pick out some food I like.
Choose your own food.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say, what do you recommend on the menu? And either he would
Good,
say,
good.
I recommend this, or he might give me choices saying, this one's good, and this one's good.
Yes.
Oh, you need to turn down your volume on your computer.
Yes, I'm sorry. I had to get my phone charger.
Oh.
Wonderful, subtle hints, and you guys are working together. I'm not a micromanager like he somewhat was.
Yes.
It's common courtesy that if you have to get up and go to the bathroom, pardon me, I need to go to the bathroom, that's fine. Because I'm going to do the same thing to my girl. I mean, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, be right back. I mean, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I expect. As far as talking to somebody else, the only other time it ran into something I was my first, of course, she was a large-chested girl, draw attention. One time I went to the bathroom and I come back and she was looking at me in horror, so I knew something was up. And there was two guys hitting on her, wanting to take her out. And they were just like, excuse me guys, what's up? Then they got real like, nothing, we're just visiting, and then they were gone. She did well. She continued to sit down in her place, wasn't giving them anything. And I said, what happened? She says, well, they were kind of hitting on me and wanting to take me out. And I said, okay, what did you do? And she says, no thanks, I'm with somebody. And they were like, well, he ain't nobody, et cetera, et cetera. And she says, yes, he is. He's my man, and you need to be gone. Wonderful response for somebody there was a couple of jerks and they were drunk.
Yeah.
So, common sense, common courtesy, I expect that. I expect that from myself. I believe in chivalry. I am going to open the door for you. The only time I won't is if my hands are full. And I hope you help me through the door. I believe in that. I was raised that way. I mean, us boys, we opened the door for my mother and my sister, and if we didn't, we got our butt kicked. That's just how I was raised. My son is the same way. He will open the door for his mother and his sister, and I hope any woman he ever is involved with in the future. To me, that was common courtesy, chivalry. To me, too much today, that's gone.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, see, and with my old master, I was not allowed to touch doors.
There you go.
Unless I was
now,
by myself.
Okay, Deb. If you were going to the bathroom, did he open the door for you to go to the bathroom?
Well, not to that extreme, but if we were out,
yes,
I was not allowed to open or shut my car door. I was not allowed to open any doors we went through in any establishment. He got the doors. I mean, I was not allowed to have money in my purse when we went out.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Well, I could if he dropped me at the mall, or if something like that, and I was going to be alone, I would have a set amount of money in my purse that he gave me. But if I was out with him, I was not to have any money in my purse. And that came about when...
And I am the worst...
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Well, that came about because...
Well, I'm the worst case...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Debbie. I want to hear this.
Okay. Well,
I'm the worst case scenario guy because if we were to get separated for whatever reason, I want a means for you to be able to get back, be able to make a phone call, etc., etc.
Well,
so that I not have any money, I'm not for that.
Oh, well, he was always by my side except for this one time, and I had broken nails, so he made a appointment for me, and he took me to the nail shop, and he said, I'm going to go grab a coffee. I said, okay. And he said, I will be right back for you. I said, okay. And the woman had finished my nail, and then she said, well, that'll be, I don't know, it was like $9 or something, or whatever it was. So I gave her the money and tipped her, and he came back, and he's like, okay, well, how much is it? And I said, well, I already paid her. And he's like, what'd you do that for? And I was like, because she wanted money, you know? And he's like, well, you should have told her to wait.
And to me, that's common.
That's
common sense to me, Deb. I just, yeah.
Well, he said you should have just told her to wait and don't do that. And so, you know, that there was born the no money in the purse, and you know, he was adamant about, if we go out, I pay, blah, blah, you don't need to have money in your purse.
Yeah.
I will take care of it.
Yeah.
And he never left my side and never left me any place where I would get lost or separated or needed money anyway, so. It worked. So, I guess he really was on the micromanagement side and controlling side.
And I'm not like that. You know, I have taped my last sub to the casino. Here's $50. Good luck. You know, and every 15 to 20 minutes we would check on each other. Sometimes go to the bathroom, get a drink, you know, and we weren't always side by side, but usually we was within a small area, and so it was okay. I mean, and usually I had no luck and she had good luck.
Oh.
So, and we sharing the winnings, you know.
No, we did go to the casino once, and he stayed by my side all the time. I have to admit, he did take very, very good care of me. Very good care of me.
Wonderful.
And so, I mean, just like, there was one casino dealer, oh my gosh, she scared the heck out of me. And it seemed like every time we changed tables, there she was. And I told him, you know, like I don't like her. She scares me. And you know, I'm really kind of out there and stuff. Everything just sets me off. And it didn't faze him one bit. He'd always just take care of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
So that was always good.
Mm-hmm. Good. Good.
So did you have any other secret codes?
Mostly it was the look, and sometimes a thumbs up, thumbs down, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, subtle codes, nothing major, nothing big. Hand to the chest means come here.
Oh, okay.
You know, pat your chest means come here. That was, and she gave me that one time because she says, these little old ladies are killing me, I gotta get away from them. So I got her out of that. So.
Well, that was good. How about another music break? Or do you have more to say on this topic?
Yay!
Do you have more to say?
No, we covered it all, I think.
Okay, well, let's go to another music break, and we have a brick house from the Commodores, and Salt and Pepper Push It. And then we'll be right back.
Don't push it, Deb.
Oh, sometimes you have to push that envelope. We'll be right back. There we go. And welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. And we're back with Ronus, and he has some more things he wants to discuss. Take it away.
Thank you, Deb. Awesome. Online conversations. In this modern day and age where we don't have to do email tag anymore like we used to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are chat rooms, there's Skype, there's Kik, there's Twitter. There's so many other things that after a good number of conversations, and when you feel comfortable with somebody and you ask them, can we have a regular conversation instead of email tag? And sometimes you get this, no. That tells me they're a player. Okay? Now, usually not comfortable with that, but you have to give them another person something to go on besides an occasional email tag. You know, and because conversation is how you grow and get to know each other. Your likes, your dislikes, what you enjoy, what you don't like, etc., etc. Ladies, what's your experiences on that?
I understand that. I'm okay with taking a while on the back and forth with the emails. Eventually it has to progress forward. I understand because like with the Skype thing, when I first got Skype, I was really hesitant. And really, you know, I was just like, oh, I don't want it, I have to install it, and what is this business, and, you know, but I'm not good with change either. So it was a little stressful, and now I just love Skype. I think it's great. Moving to phone, you know, sometimes I'm not a really big phone talker, and then sometimes, you know, it works good, but then you get a lot of text, and then it sometimes it's I'm not sure.
It's hard because you get people that are, you know,
yes, it is difficult.
Normal people, and then
yes, Ross, go ahead. Yeah,
you get someone that's, you know, instantly obsessed, and it's, you know, oh, I need your, you know, what's your phone number? And so after, you know, a couple back and forths for a while, you give them your number, and then it's, oh, now I want to come visit you. You're like, okay, stranger danger, I don't know you.
Yes. Right. And I get that. And just because you have a good conversation with somebody, sometimes you can feel that there's somebody you might be interested in and want to know more, but they're hesitant, and I get that because there's so many creeps out there. And as a guy, there's just as many female creeps out there as there are guy creeps. And players, oh my gosh, the players. I cannot fathom how many girls are players. They're just there for the chat, they want the online excitement, and then that's it. But yet they lead you on, then they give you nothing. I am very, very surprised and continually surprised how many ladies, and I always thought that was just the guys thing, but no, it's not.
That's interesting.
Okay, I'm going to interject here, too. Because, this goes with my issues and stuff, and which is really stressful. I think some of them, like, they really want to meet you, but they're not attractive enough.
You're not interested in them?
No, like, okay, like, Ronus may be interested in them, and they may be really interested in him, but they're not attractive enough so that meeting, that potential of taking it forward, and which there would be another step after that, and then the not feeling attractive enough, and the worry of the rejection sets them back.
Okay, which one's not feeling attractive?
Okay.
The ones that he's saying are the players, that their online conversations.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I mean? Is anyone following me?
Yes, I do see what you mean. So, and usually in the emails, there's a picture or two exchanged, and all I want is a face pic. All I want is a face picture. If you send me more, I appreciate it, but you don't have to. Because true beauty for me comes from within. I have dated some very beauties, but they were so ugly to me because they were so hung up on themselves. Again, true beauty comes from within. If you have true beauty within, it radiates around you. Your looks are not so important. You know, it's your mindset, it's your totality, it's all of you. That's what I am attracted to. It's not just a picture.
Well, I get that. I understand that, but I don't.
And the feelings, insecurity, I understand that. I totally understand that. I get that, but you have to go past that point. If you never get past that point, you're going to be stuck in this revolving circle where you're never going to go nowhere.
Very true.
So, you have to go somewhere.
I agree. Well, and
Okay.
you have to also, and it's hard because sometimes you're thinking, okay, clearly this person is not okay. This is like the crazy that's going on in my head. This person's not seeing things properly.
Oh no, that's scary.
Not rational. You're thinking, and you wonder. But you have to let go and believe they're telling you the truth.
Well, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until I have a reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
And in the chatting conversations, I will, they'll say, well, they're with their family this weekend, et cetera, or doing this. I'll do a circular question on the back end when they're done. So how was the family? How was this? And sometimes I wasn't with family. Red flag.
Yeah.
Or I was working, and then they said it was family. You have, if you are a truthful person, you don't have to worry about that at all, ever. And that's why the players, sometimes they get tired, they have their lies. And that's why I, in conversation and on the emails, and I always get a kick out of these gals on Collar Space who are like, well, after a few conversations, well, I gotta have money to move somewhere. I'll come if I think you are worth it, I will come and get you. If I think you are worth it. But when you start asking for money,
you are out of the race.
Ask anybody I do not personally know that's in my life for money.
How many times have you been asked for money?
There's been a pretty good number of times throughout the years. And I don't mean just a one-time email. I mean, after you've had a conversation with them for a while, usually it's by the emails. They all of a sudden it's like, well, I need money. And it's like, you're not getting it here, so don't waste your time, And then they get this, well, if you love me, well, no, that's not how this works. It's not the love, it's the care and consideration. Love is built over time.
So you're not going to send me any money?
No, because he's sending all his money to me.
Well, if you send me some, well, squirrels need some high heels first. Can't you wear yours, Deb?
I only have one pair that I can't even wear, and we have different feet size.
I need some high heels and some crutches for when I break my leg.
Who's got the bigger foot?
Me.
Oh, okay. And what size do you wear?
I like a 10.
A 10 woman. Okay.
Yeah, I got big feet.
Okay, but she's tall too. It's not like she's 5'3" with a size 10. She's like 5'10".
Okay. How tall are you, Circle? Okay, she's my height.
Yeah. So, I mean, she would look silly with a smaller foot.
Agree.
Yeah. So, which is, I mean, that's the thing too with being tall, right? So people ask us our foot size, and we give it to them, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you're a Sasquatch." No, we're not a Sasquatch. We're just not 5'2".
Yes.
So.
And I wore 11 in men's, Does that mean I'm big? I don't know. Good question. I don't have an answer for that.
I don't know. My son wears a size 13.
I think Charles is a 12.
I went to school with a guy who was short, stocky. The guy could run like lightning and wore a size 15 shoe.
Oh, wow.
he was just an oddity. And our school, I went to a little bitty high school. We didn't have track, and he should have been on track, a track team. The boy could run, and if he would have lost weight, he could have been a track star. And he was probably 5'3", and was just a solid plug, but of course he was overweight. But the boy could run, and we called him Skis because his shoes looked like skis.
I can see that.
Yeah. And I remember his mom had to go to a special store to get his shoes.
Poor mom.
Yeah, that's right. Back in the day, they weren't cheap.
Yeah, 13 was it in the old days. 13 was about as big as you could get in the normal shoe store.
Yeah. Vans had big
now,
shoes.
how big do women's shoes go?
I think to a size 13.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
oh,
you
is
go
it?
to,
They go that big in women's? Okay.
They do. Well, that's women's shoes, which would be about a size,
10 for men?
10, probably a 10. Yeah, 9 or 10 for men.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But although if you go to Fredericks of, I don't know if they still sell shoes, but I know Fredericks of Hollywood has bigger sizes because you get a lot of the cross-dressers there.
Yes.
And I used to love
Frederick's quality of clothes is not that good, though. That's a problem.
But their shoes are amazing. Their shoes are
yes,
really
they
fabulous.
look good.
Well, not only do they look good, but their heels are actually built for comfort because they do have a slight arch in them, and they do have padding.
Wonderful.
And so they really are built for unless you get the ones that are you need them a little bit of platformy so they can put the cushionies in there and stuff.
Yes.
So
yes.
those ones, and I loved when I was in Los Angeles going there. Although a couple times I went there and there was I picked out a shoe and I'm trying it on, and then this cross dresser comes in and picks it up, and it just ruined the shoe for me. I was like, oh.
I worked in a dress shop for a couple of years before I worked in the Postal Service, and I learned a lot. My niece was moving a store from a small town to a city close to me, and they was moving it into a building that was over 100 years old, and it really needed to be modernized. And so they hired me to do this. And when they did the fire code inspection, the fire chief come and did inspection, and he gave me a list of stuff that needed to be done, and they gave them a 90-day permit to get it done, and so I got it done. But during that time when women were coming in, trying on dresses, I was helping them in my tool belt, find dresses and et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And after it passed the fire code, my niece asked me to stay on to help them with their shop, and I did. And I found it fascinating about dresses, styles, et cetera, et cetera. This was a pageant from bridal shop. Of course, women were coming in, and there were either teenagers, women to get married, or mothers of the bride or the wedding party. So there really wasn't anything for me.
Oh. Yeah,
but I learned a lot, and I think it is fun to take a girl out and to take her to dress shops and try on lots of dresses, lots of stuff, and just see how it works. Because there are some dresses you see on the hanger and they're just like, ugh. But you try it on and it's like, wow, this is really neat. They're hanger ugly, but they look good on a girl.
Yes, I've come across those dresses. But I've always found shopping for clothes with a man very, very stressful. Very stressful. I mean,
it doesn't have to be.
I just get so anxious and I'm sick, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then they want to sit there and look at what size you're putting on, and then if it doesn't fit right, they still want you to come out and show it to them, and it's just so.
I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Yeah, I get it. Believe me, I get it. Just because a dress says a 8 doesn't mean it's really an 8, because most of the dresses are made in China.
Yes.
And they're little bitty people over there, so their dress sizes are not always accurate. Also, when my daughter was going to her prom, her senior prom, she asked me and says, would you mind taking me out dress shopping with me and as another friend of hers? And I said, I would love to. And I says, why did you ask me instead of your mother? And she says, because my mom is so opinionated, she will actually throw a fit about even trying on. And you try all on. See what looks best. And my daughter chose a dress. I wouldn't have chosen it. It looked good on her, but it wasn't the one I chose, and that's okay. And she had her little friend who is a size 2 bag of bones, a double D cup. So, yes, she had problems finding that right dress. And her mom is a short, stocky woman, so I see where she gets that from. And we found, and God love her, we found this little camouflage dress she tried on. It fit her wonderfully. And I says, okay, I know you don't want camouflage, but you take this style of dress, and it was a style, A-bottom dress. Yeah. And I says, you tell your mom, this is the style of dress that fits you well. And so she went back, and sure enough, she found something different that fit her well. And her mom texted me later and was like, I sure want to thank you, because we would have been looking all over the area looking for a right dress, and we got it narrowed down within a couple of shops. And I said, well, you're wonderful. That's great. I'm so glad she was happy with it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It was, and we made a day of it. We had fun.
See, and that's good because
And I'm not it by any means. Yeah, we had fun. That's the way it should be.
Agreed. What other things do you like?
And I have taken dates out, and we went clothes shopping, and from common, casual, the sexy, the slutty, the formal. And it's because so many times a woman has a hard time judging what a man wants. I get that. As a man, we don't have much choices in clothes as compared to a woman. And I understand why all these cross-dressers get that, because there's so much attention to a woman dresses in her attire that they get a lot of extra attention. Nails, facials, all that goes with that. So I get that, why they crave that attention. I understand that. Because guys' clothing don't have that. If you go into any clothing store, the women's clothing section is typically about 3 times bigger than the men's. So that tells you what for a woman to pick out something nice. And as a potential dom and master, first of all, I let them know that I am not a hard ass. If you see something I like and I don't like, we're going to get it anyways. Because you like it. That's important to me. And I may find something that you don't like, and we'll work on that. I'm not a hard ass.
Okay, so what
I can see sometimes okay, Deb, if you tried on a dress, you said, I don't like it, but you look great in it, in my opinion, why wouldn't we get it?
Well, I get that.
And you may try on a dress that I don't, and I don't like, and you says, I just love this dress. I'm going to get it for you because you love it.
Okay, that's where my question was going to come in. And, okay, I know the answer is, your master likes it, just get it, just wear it, all that other goodness stuff. But you put this dress on and you just look like a big bag of hideous mess. How do you help your slave get over that so she is comfortable in wearing that for you when you want to take her out in it? Not just at home. Because just at home is one thing.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, let's go back further than that. I am going to take your body style we are going to take your body style. We're going to find the dress that fits you the best, the style. Sometimes it's an A-line, sometimes it's a bell bottom, or sometimes it's a corset top. You know, what works. And sometimes it's big, frilly, proofy, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's see what works with your body style. You know, you have to start there, and then you work your way to being more specific, like color, length, style, etc. Accessories. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense, okay, but you still have, you have these other dominants, because that's you. You have other dominants, and
yes.
they, you know, and we've seen them, and a lot of the things they put their slaves in are not to their slaves' body types, but they like them in it, and that's really what matters. But you know the slave's uncomfortable in it.
Yes.
What advice do you give to this slave so she will be comfortable, or how she can get through the experience of wearing this monstrosity out in public?
Monstrosity, that's big. Wow. That's a tough one, because part of what I want is my slave to be, or girl to be comfortable. That's part of me. Now, like you said, if they said like it, but their master wants it good, make the best of it. I don't have a simple answer for that, because there isn't one. But I like working with them to make the best of it. Some years back, I was dating a young lady from St. Louis. I sent her a gift card to Victoria's Secrets for $100. Granted, in Victoria's Secrets, $100 doesn't go very far. And I says, we're going to go out and have a good time in town. Please pick out a nice outfit. And she did. You know, and it gave me a chance to see what she liked, if that made sense. And so, when we went with it, we had a great time. But, it wasn't conservative, it wasn't slutty, it was sexy in the middle, you know, and it was great. So, and sometimes I want to see what they like.
Makes sense. How about we go to another song, because we want to get all your songs in it. Now we have, are you ready for another break? Quick break?
Sure.
Okay, we've got Snap, I've got the Power, and ACC Music Factory, things that make you go,
That is CNC and the Music Factory.
Yes. And we'll be back in about another 8.5 minutes.
Woohoo!
Woo! Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. And we are here with Ronus and my lovely co-host, Vanilla Swirls.
Hello.
And now... Hello, we have a hot new topic. Anyone want to introduce it, or shall I?
Coloring.
Go for it, girl.
Collaring and the collar.
Yay, swirls.
Everything it represents and why we do it and how important is it. Go.
I think she's talking to you, Ronus. What do you feel about the color?
Oh, she is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if I was to collar a girl, does that absolutely mean I put a collar around her neck? It can be, but I don't always want her to go, if she has a very public job, that's not always the best for her attire.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a bracelet, it could be an anklet, it could be a ring, it could be a tattoo, it could be a brand. It doesn't have to be a collar. It can be most anything that you two agree on. And what does collaring mean to me? It means that girl we are in an absolute committed relationship. That's it. You know, we're not married, but it's next to it. Like engagement.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what it means to me. I have never ever collared a girl before. But that I know that is something very important, very special, and I have been to a collaring ceremony before years ago where a one woman collared her man. Do I think it needs to be a public ceremony? That's a personal opinion. For me, it does not have to be. What's most important is in between the couple. The public doesn't matter. I mean, to me. It's between me and my girl. What do y'all think?
I think, honestly, it can go both ways. You know, women like ceremonies. We like parties. We like recognition. We want to, if it's a collar ceremony, no matter what kind of collar it is, we want to show it off to our friends. Brag about it. Brag about our master. We want to, you know, show it to the world. So for women, I can see where a lot of that would
I understand that.
Would be important. Do I need a collar ceremony? No, but I do want the collar. And I understand. I don't want, for me, I don't want like an off-the-shelf collar. I want something that's
something unique.
Something unique, something special just for me.
Yes. And Deb, I think you'll like this, okay? And I'm going to play on my old history. My very first sub, and we didn't call it a collar because we didn't know what it was, okay? In the old days, 50s and 60s, there was cheap lamps, table lamps, and they had a plain base. They made a string that was dipped in wax, and it stood around anywhere from 4 to 6 inches tall. And you could put this around the base of your lamp. It is a decoration. Okay. And when I was with my first sub, we was at a little antique mall. We saw these, and we really didn't know what it was at first. And when the owner was there, we went, "What is this?" And she said, "These are lamp bases." And she said, "All it is string dipped in wax, and you surround the base of a lamp with it." Well, it was perfect to go in her neck. There was a black one, there was a white one, there was a purple one. Purple was her favorite color. We got all 3 of them. We didn't know it was collars, but that's what they was. And she wore them, and she wore them very proudly. And I get what you mean by, you want everybody to see that. It was so unique and so lovely and so neat.
It is. And it's so special when your master chooses it just for you.
Yeah. It was so unique. It was so cool. And we just happened to stumble upon it. That was what was so neat about it. It was just like, boop, point me over that way. There it is.
Oh, I love that. So would you consider calling a girl?
Cool. Would I say that again? Would I ever what?
Consider calling a girl.
Would I ever collar a girl?
Yes.
Absolutely. If it was if it's just she and I, and I knew that we was in this for long term, absolutely. Some prefer collar, some prefer a tattoo, some prefer a brand. It's a combination of what you both want.
Well, I always thought like the brand and tattoo was just on top of the collar. A little extra, like a bonus.
It can be. I branded myself many years ago just to see what it was like.
What'd you think?
And it hurt. I'm not going to joke. It was a little bitty, the letter U on the back of my hand. And it blistered up for a week or two, and I, put lotion on it to keep it from getting crazy. But it hurt. But whenever I see that letter U, it reminds me, and it's a constant reminder, because I see it all the time.
And what does the U stand for?
You can make a difference.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would
so, I'm going to ask you ladies this question because this was something that I remember in chat rooms before that was discussed. If you put a brand, let's say, on your butt cheek, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Once it's healed, are you really going to see it? Is it really going to remind you that a master?
But you'll know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once it's healed, I can't feel my brand. But when I see the back of my hand, which is a lot, it reminds me. Do you see the back of your butt cheek besides in a mirror? When you shower? Do you, after a while, ignore it, knowing it's always there, but it's kind of like, it's there?
I don't think something like that, I don't think you would ignore. I think, like, every time you took a shower or you were changing, you'd look at it.
Okay, Deb, when you is there a mirror around that you're always looking at it? Whenever you're changing, whenever you're showering?
There's not, because I don't have a brand on my butt. But if my master gave me a brand on my butt, I'd always want to take a peek. So I'm getting in the shower. I want to take a peek. Oh, look at the brand I got from my master. I'm changing my clothes. Oh, look at the brand. You know, if you're allowed to wear panties.
Okay.
Oh, is my brand showing out of my panties? Things like that.
I understand. Swirls, what do you think about the brand on your butt?
I don't know. I think that even though you don't see it all the time, you would still know that it's there. Because I don't have brands, but I do have tattoos. And the pain has gone away. They've healed. But I know that they're there.
Yes. My daughter got a brand for her son on her back of her shoulder. And we had this conversation. I said, and it's a nice brand. I mean, it's a nice tattoo. And I said, okay, how often do you see that tattoo? She said, really, I don't. I said, okay. And you got that for other people to see it. Yeah, okay. I says, to me, I want to see it as a regular reminder for me. If you put something on my backside, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to see it. Well, I know it's there, absolutely, but it's not that reminder, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I can see it too, but you're looking at it.
And that's what.
Oh, go ahead.
I see this brand on my hand numerous times every day. It constantly reminds me. Constantly reminds me. If you wear a collar around your neck, you know it's there. If you have a bracelet on your wrist, a ring on your finger, it's there. You see it, you feel it. If you put something on your backside, yeah, you know it's there, but are you really going to see it? Probably not very often.
See, but you're looking at it from a man's point of view.
You're right. I am a man. Guilty.
I know. But see, like what I was saying, we know it's there. We feel it in our hearts. When we're changing, we're going to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
When we're changing, when we're taking a shower, we're going to always look at it.
We're going to seek it out.
Yeah, we're going to seek it out because we know it's there and we know our master gave it to us and it may be on our butt, but we're not forgetting it's there. Ever.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Can I throw a hypothetical question at you ladies? And I want both of your responses, please.
Absolutely.
Have a potential master. You go out on the night of town, and you both are very straight. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
You have a nice dinner, night on the town, dinner, dancing, etc., etc. And then he takes you to a strip joint where there's lady strippers. Mm-hmm. Are you apprehensive, or are you going to go in there and enjoy it with him?
I'm going to go and join.
Yeah, me too. Because obviously he felt
and I think
comfortable enough, safe enough to take me there.
Yes. And I think that's a wonderful choice because I haven't been in one in a long time and don't really care to go. Light-hearted fun. It's nothing serious. It's a little more than a bar.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to see naked women. Is that going to make you feel uncomfortable? It could, but it's the light-hearted fun. And the object is you're there with your man. That's the bottom line is. You're there with your man and you're having fun. It's not where you're at, it's who you're with.
Very true.
Thank you, ladies.
Although it doesn't hurt to take your slave to the ballet.
Deb, do you like the ballet?
I do. I really do.
When my daughter was in the dance programs, I saw some of them, and that was intriguing. And it's just like also somebody suggested about going to a play in New York. And it was just like, yeah, I think that's probably a little more than what I want to do. If you all ever saw the South Park episode of the Broadway, they changed my mind immensely. Because everything had a sexual overtone to it. Everything had a sexual overtone to
it. I haven't seen that episode.
So, of course, the guys want to go to the Broadway play so their wives get in the mood.
Well, I don't watch South Park, but if you do take your gal to things that she wants to go to, okay. Well, let's face it, most slaves are going to be in the mood anyway. Because we crave it. We crave our master's touch and his affections and his attentions and all that other stuff.
Yes.
So and even if we're not in the mood. It's our job to serve, and we'll do it willingly and pleasingly and all that other good stuff.
Yes.
But take us someplace we really like, and chances are we're going to be in like such a super, super good mood.
Totally agree. I have a question for you ladies again. Do you think it's the girl's responsibility, slave's responsibility, to turn her master on?
That's a yes-no answer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear the yes and no.
Well, the no is, okay, your master should be turned on by you anyway. If he's not turned on by you naturally, he needs to step up and say something and take control of that situation so he is turned on by you. Now, granted, he could have had a long, hard day at work and he's just tired. He's just, he just fixed the house all day, remodeled a laundry room. Things happen and you're tired and you're not in the mood. But you want your master's attentions and affections and all that good stuff come nighttime or when he's done with all that. So at that point, it's up to you to see if you can get him in the mood. You have that conversation with him. I really want your affections tonight. I would like your attentions. Can I give you a nice long hot bath? You put on something a little sexier. And of course, you wait for his answer. He may say, as good as you look in that outfit, and as much as you're going to be giving me a long hot bath, I'm going to bed after.
Yes.
It just depends.
Very plausible.
So,
sure.
So it's a yes-no. He should be turned on by you automatically.
I understand that.
If he's not, if something's happening and he's not turned on by you, whatever's going on, it's his responsibility to bring this to your attention.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, okay, and let's say you've been together a lot of years.
Okay.
Do you think you would want to do alternative stuff to get him in the mood.
Give me alternative.
Watch pornos. Take him to a strip joint. Anything sexual to get him in the mood. Because you're going to reap the rewards of his excitement.
I'm going to answer no to anything sexual because that is just too open. You have to narrow it down. Am I going to have a threesome with him? No. Am I going to,
okay,
bring other people into the...
I didn't go that far. I just says...
But you left it open.
Sit together and watch a porno.
Yeah, you said that, but you said
yes,
anything sexual. So when you say that, that's just, opening
True,
a whole...
I did.
Watch a porn? Sure. If it's gonna make him happy, sure, I'll sit through the porn. Am I really gonna be watching it? Probably not.
Okay.
But I'll be there. I'll be present.
Okay. Okay. And what's your opinion, Swirls?
Oh, Deb stole my answer.
Yeah, I held her at gunpoint and took it right
That's
away.
a cop-out. Now, come on. Yeah. Come on, Swirls.
I don't know. Look, I think with any long-term relationship, there's going to be times where you're going to have to put in the work, a little extra work to get your man into the mood.
Yes.
I
Good. Agreed.
I think it's up to each individual dynamic of, what that's going to take.
How to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to make it work. Agree.
So then,
Hey, Deb, how about some...
How about what?
Hey, Deb, how about some more music?
Okay, let's
Some more music.
I'm gonna play some more music. Okay,
Awesome!
Okay, we have Nickelback, Figured You Out, and then Poison, Talk Dirty to Me. And we'll be back in about 7 minutes. Woo!
Get yours
Welcome
today.
back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. And we have a couple more questions for Ronus. Are you ready? Ready?
I was born ready, Deb.
Okay.
Ready.
To you, what makes a slave tolerable?
Ooh, that's a big, broad question. In the practical world, not only us getting together, meeting, seeing if our interests are the same, if we desire each other. I want to know if her dynamic in life, what she want to do in life. Does she want a career? Does she want to work? To me, that's important. I don't want just, and you hear them house slaves, they just want to take care of a good house. If all I had to do is take care of a good house, to me that's the easiest job in the world, but that's what I think, because I think bigger than that. Socially, is she active socially? Is she someone who does not interact at all socially? Is she antisocial? I am a social butterfly, so to speak. I would hope somebody could be somewhat like that. I don't expect them to be, but and I can lead them on that. Hard work. I have a little place in the country. It takes hard work to keep this going. I mean, today I was scooping rock. That's all part of it. And not that I expect her to do it all by herself, but do it together. I have a lot of flower beds that I maintain. Again, I'll expect her to take care of all of it, but we do it together. That's, to me, is the key. And it's a dynamic. It's not just one piece or part of a puzzle. So now is everybody more confused?
Oh, yes. But it was a good answer. It's a good answer for you.
Well, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now to my next question. The relationship is just not working for whatever reasons. It's coming to an end. What is the dominant's responsibility at the end of the relationship to the slave? And what is the slave's responsibility at the end of the relationship to the dominant?
big case scenario, she moves here, we live together, and it's just not working out.
Yes.
I am going to make sure she is set up somewhere like back where she come from, whether it's an apartment, whatever it takes, whatever she come from, whether it's family, etc., etc. I am going to move her back because I'm sure I moved her here, and hopefully that's a good start for that, because that part of taking care of them is not only with you, but when you're leaving. There's no difference between, if God forbid I would have fallen down dead, make sure she's taken care of. If we didn't work out, you still got to take care of her until she's on her own. I see that as the whole package.
Very good. What is her responsibility?
Her responsibility: 1, faithful; 1, integrity; 2 is another is and I'm drawing a blank on word here, but being forthright, wanting to grow, wanting to learn about me as I am wanting to learn about her, growing together.
Okay, but I was talking more at the end of the relationship. Once it's end, what is...
Oh. Excuse my language, you should not be a bitch. You should accept that this is the end. Well, hey, we all know, we've all been there and seen that. Be an adult. If I am going to take care of her, if she had better act responsible, because we can cut the cord. I am for her better interest, and she needs to act accordingly. If she is not appreciative, then it gets cut real quick.
Okay, that seems fair enough.
I agree.
So those were all our questions.
All right.
Oh,
well,
okay.
And you had the Dom's responsibility, how he takes care of her.
Mm-hmm.
I know, personally speaking, let's say, for example, I talk to a girl, we meet several times. I don't have a good number for that. Depends on the distance, etc., etc. And I move her here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I am going to look out for her best interest. 1, I want her to get a job. Whatever her skills are, I'm going to accentuate that, make it the best she can be. But also, I'm going to find her a doctor. I'm going to get her a physical, make sure she is physically healthy, make sure there ain't nothing, no little hidden stuff going on. Because that's part of her being too, and part of me. I mean, I hear so many times that guys don't want to go to the doctor, etc., etc., and granted, I do not like going to the doctor, but I do get my annual physical because I am a father first, and now I'm a grandfather. So I want to be around a long time to be for my kids and my grandchildren. As well as if I ever get a girl, I want to be there for her. And at the same way, I want her to be taken care of. She needs to get regular physicals, see the gyno doctor if she needs to, etc., etc. That's important to me.
And that is responsible. It is responsible. So
I think it is too. And I hear so many times, well, I don't need this and I don't need that. Well, I'm just the opposite. You go see your doctor, you go see your dentist, have it all taken care of.
Well, I mean, and that is, what a responsible dominant should do. You take care of your property. You take pride in it.
Agreed.
So
yes, I have a hard time seeing a girl as property. And I know that's the slave mentality, but I have a car, I have a truck, I have a tractor, that's property. My girl, granted, she may be considered property, but it's so much more than that.
Well, that's true, but in the end, she's your girl.
Yes, she is.
So I mean, I don't see the problem with the term property, and It's like your biggest treasure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
So, okay, we have a few more minutes left. So, I'm going to hit you with one more question. What kind of slave are you looking for?
Okay, hit me, girl.
What are you physically attracted to? I mean, we know you want a social butterfly. Of course, someone who's obedient and loyal and kind and all that. But, okay, we're going to go with physical attractiveness because we know everyone. Physical.
Yes. I am attracted to girls with curves, and I mean the good curves. I don't mean obesity. I have never been attracted to the little bags of bones that have a couple bumps. That's just, I've never found that attractive. Some do, some don't. I don't. I like the curves. Height-wise, I don't care. As tall as me, taller than me, I don't care about the height. That's not important to me. A good heart. And we talked about, as you said, and I do believe in love. I do believe a couple can fall in love in this wonderful lifestyle, and I do desire that again. Is it easy? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. It's based on each individual relationship because we hear all the time, well, she's my slave, but I don't love her. She's my slave. I don't get that. That's not for me.
Well, I don't get that either.
You said, yeah, and you said that she's property. Okay, you may view her as property, and she is the precious property you have. I have a hard time seeing her as a property because she's my girl.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, and that's the thing about this lifestyle. It's everyone has their own way of doing it.
Yes.
And
they should be physically active. You know, I'm an active guy. I am on the go a lot, and I don't expect a girl to keep up with me, but to be active.
Well, that's fair enough. So, like, would you put her in a gym? You want her to exercise, or you just want activity, like go for walks, or go out with you?
Well, and that too. As I said this morning, I was scooping rock. At least help me out. You know, I was pressure washing some of my deck this afternoon. Help me out there. You know, it's not about, physically strong or endurance. It's just being an aid. You know, I do most of my maintenance on my own vehicle. Sometimes I just need somebody to hand me stuff. I need an extra set of hands. They don't have to be a mechanic, but helpful.
Well, and
if that makes sense.
It's an extra bonding activity too.
It sure is. I agree.
So, and we are at the end of our show. Do you have any closing comments? Anything you'd like to say?
Best of luck on your search. We know it's not easy, but hang in there. It can be worth it.
Oh, absolutely. And for all you gals listening, Ronus is single. And you just learned a lot about him. And he's good looking. And you can tell he's not he's not a mean beast. Responsible. Fun. Well, they just heard it all. It's not like I'm telling them a secret. So.
Okay, well, that's true.
Okay, so we're going to go to the outro, and then we're going to go back and we're going to complete Ronus's music list. Let it continue playing. And before we go,
awesome.
Remind them to tune in for the prize.
We have a 3-month giveaway going on. To enter to win this fabulous box of goodies that may or may not include Play-Doh, go to slavenationradio@gmail.com. Tell us something that you liked about the show, and you're entered to win. 1 entry per person per show. And our YouTube listeners are also included. Just tell us which past show you listened to, what you liked about it, and you're entered to win also.
And don't forget to go to One Rule Supersedes. He's still doing the free sticker giveaway. There's no postage needed or anything. You just pick out one sticker that you like, and he'll be putting it out in the mail. And then check out his t-shirt line and all that other good stuff.
So a wonderful sight.
It is. So, and we will see you next week with a surprise. And we hope you all had a good night.
Good night, everyone.